Recovered emails show that the COVID vaccine mandates were based on a lie. Steve Jordahl reports.
Emails obtained by the Washington Examiner through a Freedom of Information Act request show that CDC Chief Rochelle Walensky and then NIH Director Francis Collins knew the COVID vaccine was failing and allowing so-called breakthrough infections, and they looped Dr. Anthony Fauci in on the discussion. But they still recommended mandates saying vaccinated people don't get sick from the virus. Outspoken vaccine critic Dr. Peter McCullough says those mandates were based on a lie.
Our CDC and NIH knew the vaccine was failing, yet the statements they made to the public was that they stopped the infection, they stopped transmission, and they used these false assertions to later on mandate the vaccines.
He says there were more than 10,000 fully vaccinated breakthrough cases. 10% of those were hospitalized and 2% died. With any other vaccine, the drug would have been pulled.
If we had tens of thousands of cases of measles, mumps, rubella, tetanus, pertussis, we'd pull them off the market. We'd conclude something's wrong with the vaccine. It's not working.
McCullough says the reason they persisted in pushing for mandates was because it was more about power than dealing with a medical crisis. They were, in fact, waging war on the virus and the American people.
Once emergency countermeasures are declared, there's typically no retraction. There's no second guessing. It's like making a military decision to go in. Once the decision is made, unfortunately, casualties will happen, and the casualties here were American citizens.
I'm Steve Jordahl.
Some Honda owners should be aware there's a new recall. Lillian Wu reports.
Honda is recalling nearly 1.2 million vehicles because the rear view mirror camera image may not appear on the dashboard screen. The recall covers certain Odyssey minivans from 2018 to 2023, as well as Pilot SUVs from 2019 to 2022, and Passport SUVs from 2019 to 2023. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says if the rear view camera image doesn't display, it can cut driver visibility and increase the risk of a crash. The company says it has no reports of any injuries. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
American Family News is available online at afn.net and download the AFN mobile app for your Apple or Android device. I'm Rusty Pugh.
Too busy to catch your favorite shows on the radio? Have no fear, because the AFR app is here. Download the app to have access to live broadcast, music streaming, as well as each podcast. Whether you're at work, at home, or on the go, it's easy to listen to AFR. The AFR app is available not only for Apple and Android users, but also on Amazon Alexa and Roku. Download the AFR app today at afr.net. This is Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840.
They can't take votes or something, or no? I guess they could, but
then they wouldn't be in a trivia question.
That was Yosemite Sam.
I think you got the wrong play. Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Trivia Friday it is. I'm Tim Wildman with Ed Vitagliano. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, Tim.
Traveling man J.J. Jasper.
Great to be here. We had a grandson born Tuesday, Matthew Davis McClendon. We're going to call him Maddie. Our daughter Sadie Morgan. Our son-in-law Jordan. The baby 6 pounds 4 ounces, 19 inches long. Not to get it confused in devotion when I said he weighed 19 pounds and he was 6 inches long.
Yeah, you threw our staff for a loop there.
Threw a loop curve,
yeah.
especially the ladies. Yeah, that's right.
But then I thought that'd be a trivia question. The world's largest baby.
Yeah, right. 19 pounds. So the heaviest but smallest. Hey, and you said something about the ladies. This is more. The ladies will appreciate this more than the men. They always say, well, what kind of outfit are we going to send the baby home in? He wore, little Maddie McClendon wore the same outfit that Jordan wore coming home from the hospital. His mom saved the outfit, so that's a sentimental kind of feet there. Yeah.
It's cool. Absolutely.
By the way, can I apologize to our listeners?
Yes, you may. And JJ and I will step aside because
This may take a while. Vin's going to apologize. I don't even know for how many things or what.
Folks, if you listened to today's issues yesterday, you heard me. I was very excited about Abraham Hamilton III being on Laura Ingraham last night. I told our listeners, don't forget to tune in to Laura Ingraham to catch.
And you did it over and over and over.
I did. I sure did.
Yeah.
And folks, I apologize because Abe actually told me, he said, we're recording it tonight, but it will air tomorrow night, meaning tonight, Friday night. And so I apologize. Listen, at least it's a good program that you watched if you were trying to catch Abe.
But Abe will be on Laura Ingraham tonight on Fox News Channel.
Yes, he will. So, folks, don't forget to catch it. I mean, watch the whole show.
I think you need to say the date because when people listen to this to 2 in the morning, it's going to happen again. And they're going to all went home.
We're talking Friday night,
June 23rd.
June 23rd, Laura Ingraham Show on Fox News Channel. I don't know
There
what
you
time-
go. Hey, Abe, amazing guy.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
All right, so Trivia Friday, it is also called Learning
University.
Learning University is on the air. We're going to ask 3 questions each. We're going to ask you to call in and ask your questions, your trivia question of us. So we prefer that you call, we answer one of ours, and then you ask us one. The phone number, Ed, for people to call in.
Absolutely is 888-589-8840. Now, anyone can call in today, except we do ask if you have called and gotten on the program with us in the last 2 months, please wait another week to call in. Also, 11 years old and up. That's the only age restriction we have. 888-589-8840 to get on Trivia Friday.
JJ, how did someone win one of these AFR travel mugs?
Well, you're waking up this morning, getting started, and you're not even thinking about the possibility of winning something.
No.
But our 3 questions each are original 9 questions. One of these is a mystery question.
Uh-huh.
Now, you don't know which of the 9 it is, hence the mystery. But if you land on that question and answer correctly, you'll hear this sound. Ah, the beloved cowbell.
Love the cowbell shall ring.
That means you will win yourself a nice
枕いる？
stainless steel
お父さん。
AFR tumbler.
枕
Tim, well, not one of those
枕いるかね？もう一つ。いらない。あれで間に合った。あれいい枕でしょ。
That's right. You go to Facebook.
あの枕は使いやすい。
Search for today's issues, which is actually the name of this program. We call it Trivia Friday on Fridays, but go to Facebook, search for today's issues, click through. You can watch the live video stream of this program or go to our own streaming platform, streaming.afa.net, streaming.afa.net.
Hey, I know everybody listening has different interests, but I was watching the college baseball last night.
Huh?
They're playing the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. And Wake Forest and LSU went 11 innings, 0-0.
Wait, wow.
Yeah.
That is
And then-
close. Now, you talk about evenly matched.
Yeah, and that was for the right to play University of Florida in the 3-game championship series, okay?
Yeah.
It was bracket play. So Florida wins one bracket, and then Wake Forest and LSU are playing.
So at that stage, it's just one and done?
Yeah.
That's not a 3.
No, it's a
Semifinal.
one and done. It's 0-0, and
In 11
innings. And then Wake Forest brings in a relief pitcher in the 11th inning, and the first pitch he throws, LSU player hits it over the fence
Oh my goodness!
like a bomb. I was driving. I was listening to the radio. Allison called me because she was watching it, and she said, "I said, was it a home run?" And she said, "Oh." She said it was a no doubter. You know, where you just.
So I'm kind of ashamed to ask this.
Yeah.
College baseball, they play full 9 innings.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Play a full 9 innings, and so they went 11 innings.
And Omaha is where it all
0-0.
Yes,
I mean,
that's
it was a great.
Talk about pins and
So
needles.
now LSU will play Florida in the College World Series finals. 3-game series.
and that relief pitcher will go down
I know.
in the lore of both schools.
I know.
Now we're a big baseball family, and anytime a couple of walks, something happens, bases loaded, they yank the pitcher off the mound, they bring in the relief pitcher. Melanie, my wife, she just always says, "Oh, his poor mama, his poor mama."
I know, right?
And she always feels
I know,
bad
he's
for the mom.
somebody's mom.
You got a chance to be a hero or a zero. The old
That's what I
saying.
thought. The pitcher just got through warming up. First pitch he throws out of the bullpen, it goes over the fence, game over. And you're right, that's poor guy. I have to live with that.
And you're going home.
Yeah.
And you're going home.
All right, your questions are what, Ed?
All right, here are my 3 questions. Tim, this is actually one you probably know the answer to.
All right.
But on the Beatles song, As My Guitar Gently Weeps, who plays the guitar? And here's a hint. It's not one of the Beatles. And this is a question sent to me by our very own Steve Jordan.
Not one of the Beatles.
Not one of the Beatles.
The answer?
That was a bad, that's the answer.
Wow,
That was a bad
nice,
British accent
nicely
that I
done.
did. So, anyway, on the Beatles song, As My Guitar Gently Weeps, who plays the guitar? The hint is it's not one of the Beatles. Second question. In The Wizard of Oz, what is Dorothy's last name? In The Wizard of Oz, what is Dorothy's
I
last
thought
name?
she was like Cher. Or Bono.
It's
Dorothy.
It's going to take us a while for you to get through your questions, but back to your other. I haven't heard that song. As My Guitar Gently Weeps. What a great title for a song, but it made me think of my wallet.
Is your wallet gently weeps? Well, it's not gentle. The weeping it's howling.
Gnashing of teeth.
Gnashing of
A
teeth.
buddy of mine was going to pay for a wedding, and he said, and I live in the South. He said, look here, you know how expensive weddings are? He said, that money's going to fly out of my wallet like a hospital toilet flushing. And anybody who's ever been to the hospital and all that force and all that, whooshing sound, he said, that's how fast the money's going to come
Suck
out
you
of
right
his
down
wallet.
to the basement.
Yes.
All right, here's my third question. Generally speaking, an ostrich is faster than a horse. True or false? Generally speaking, an ostrich is faster than a
As
horse.
JJ says, under
True or
normal
false?
circumstances.
Under normal
I
circumstances.
got that from you guys. No, I'm just sitting here thinking about, well, by the time you get the bridle on him, you got to factor in putting that ostrich saddle on there and getting your spurs on. That's going to be a little bit you have to add into the mix.
All right, what do you got,
All right, so
JJ?
here's what I've got. Start off with a Bible question. Name Ruth's mother-in-law. Very famous story in the Bible. Who was Ruth's mother-in-law? Second question. What movie earned Steven Spielberg his first Oscar? And if you want to write the answer and show it to Ed, you always get movies and songs, Tim. What movie earned Steven Spielberg his first Oscar? Third question. Who gave the famous speech, "Give me liberty or give me death"? And I guess for people that are a stickler for details, the original, because a little bit of revisionist history going on, the original part of that was "Give me liberty, 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 or give me death." So that was the original thing, but they shortened it a little bit.
I was going to say, I think it's one of either Abbott or Costello. That'd be my guess.
My turn?
Yes, you're up.
All right, here we go. All right, so we all know there are 50 states in this here union.
Well, most of us.
Most of us know. We haven't kicked anybody out recently. And I think most Americans know that Alaska and Hawaii were the last 2 states to join, right?
Right.
Alaska and Hawaii both joined in 1959. Hawaii being the last one. Now, I want to know who the 47th and 48th states to join the union were.
That's a really good question.
And I'll give you a hint. 47 and 48. They're border states.
They border each other, you mean?
They border each other, and they joined the union in the year 1912.
Wait, it was from 1912 all the way to 1959 before we let somebody else join the club.
Yeah. So I want to know the 47th and 48th states to join. They are border states, and the year was 1912. Okay.
All right, let me ask you this, because I'm shocked in 1958, are you telling me that the year I was born, we only had 48 states?
Let's see. Yes, sir. Alaska joined in January 3rd in 59, and Hawaii joined August 21st in 1959.
I lived my whole life and just now learned this.
I'm going to tell you, I just realized it a few years ago, and here's how I learned. My kids were younger, and they were doing homework, and one let out a yelp. One of my daughters, oh my word, I knew Dad was old when he was born. And then I said, wait, now what? Hey, what? And they said, there were only 48 states when you were born. Oh my goodness, you know.
All right,
Riding around in a covered wagon.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to recover from this.
all right.
48 states.
Yeah, you were.
You go home, listen to your 8-track player, sip on your Frisco, and you'll get through this.
All right, my second question: if you could figure this out without using a calculator, I'm going to send you an AFR stainless steel travel mug. All right, you have to do this without using a calculator. Okay.
Now, they can answer it by looking it up, but to win the travel mug, they have to do it off the top of their head.
Question is a math question. How many seconds are there in a day? Day being a 24-hour period. How many seconds are there in a day?
I want to know now how many hours there were in a day when I was born. The year I was born.
Right.
Has that changed too?
Well, your Atlas was carrying the world around on his shoulder.
All right, so third question. What does the word kosher mean in Hebrew? What is the word? We've all heard that expression. It's kosher, right?
Right.
What does the word kosher mean in Hebrew?
I'm telling you, we're killing it. These are great
Let's
questions.
go.
All right, we go to Oklahoma, and Dean is on the line. Dean, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on the show. I would like to answer.
Hey, good morning, Dean. Where are you? Where do you live in Oklahoma?
Wolf, Oklahoma.
Well, that's a cool name.
Yeah.
I live in Wolf. You going to make something of it?
Hey, tell us, we're looking at the map. Where is Wolf, Dean?
13 miles south of Seminole, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Exactly, or just that roundabout?
Yeah, pretty exactly.
Now, can anybody think about your state without thinking of the play? Is that even possible?
They get tired. They get tired of hearing the song.
All right, which one? Dean,
They don't want to hear you hum the song.
Hey,
I'll tell you that right now.
Dean, what was your question you want to answer?
Who is Ruth's mother-in-law?
That's my very first question. Just finished up in Judges. Now I'm in Ruth, reading the Bible through this year. Have a wonderful love story and loyalty and God's faithfulness and the genealogy leading up to and beyond. But name Ruth's mother-in-law. Naomi. Way to start us out, Dean. You said
we had that question about every third week.
Is that right? Hey, did you?
Our listeners forget and we forget. We just repeat.
Well, I don't know if that I've had it, but maybe I have. Hey, do you not have a question for us then?
I do not. I'm never prepared.
That's all right.
Driving down the road, but I do enjoy calling in and excited when I get it right.
Well, the show, when the show started and you're driving down the road, why don't you just look something up on your phone?
Yeah.
That's right. No, he's too busy trying to keep the wolf away from the door. All right.
No, do not do that.
Thanks, buddy. Have a great weekend.
He's the dean of Wolf University.
I'm just telling you.
That's a very cool name.
I live in Wolf. We go to Arkansas. Tim is on the line. Hey, Tim. Welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hi. I'm going to do both.
Okay, Tim, thanks for calling. Are you 12? How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 12.
12, all right. Can you provide some ID for us?
How many states?
Hold it up to the phone because we got technology out the wazoo now.
Your mom said you could call. All right, that's good enough for us.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Tim in Arkansas, you want to ask, answer, or both?
Both.
Okay, which one do you want to answer?
Okay, I'm going to answer in the Wizard of Oz.
Okay. Let me ask the question. In the Wizard of Oz, what is Dorothy's last name, Tim?
Gale.
Gale. Okay, yeah, that's all right. It's
Nice.
Dorothy Gale. It's mentioned one time in the movie.
That's a deep dive.
I've seen that movie 7 or 8 times, but I've never never heard that. Dorothy Gale.
I think it's when
That
she
sounds like-
introduced her.
Sounds like it would be her middle name.
Yeah, it
She
sounds
lived
like
in
her
the
name when
South.
she gets in trouble.
Dorothy Gale.
Dorothy Gale, you get in here right now.
Dorothy Gale Robinson. You left the gate open for the chickens.
And now here comes a tornado.
I think she gives the name when she introduces herself to that traveling guy.
Right.
Or it's when someone comes to the house about the dog and complains, said Mrs. Gale. I forget where it is.
Yeah. Flying monkeys took off my dog.
Flying monkeys.
That's one of the most terrible.
Yes.
It is. When you're 7 years old, you're plopped down in front of the TV,
Yep.
and you don't know that's coming.
Right.
I remember watching that.
Oh yeah, that realization when you're a kid that monkeys can fly. Not only are monkeys terrifying on their own, but they can fly and snatch children up.
Now, my wife says I overthink things, but let's see. Hollywood,
I don't think that's true.
they were all getting into Hollywood. They were all getting into LSD, and then you had all these movies with scripts like that. No, I don't see any way to connect any dots there.
Our Kentuckians known for overthinking things. JJ, is that the reputation they have?
Oh, well played. That little piece of me died just now. That was well played.
Says the man from Mississippi.
Yes, well, that's right.
Oh,
All right. Hey, what's your question for us?
Okay, how many more neck bones does a giraffe have than a human?
How many more what?
Neck bones. Go ahead, JJ. What's it connected to?
Just this morning, I was thinking back to Melanie saying I overthink things. How hard would it be to give CPR to a giraffe? Because you're clearing their throat and blowing in their mouth, then you're running. Then you put your hands down and say, staying alive. Then you run down to the other end. You're trying to give them a few puffs of oxygen. No, I don't know about the.
I knew I should have been a veterinarian.
That's right. Hey, we wouldn't even have a good guess, Tim. What's the answer?
They both have the same amount of neck bones.
What? What number is that? How many?
Just bigger.
How many?
7.
Wow.
7 neck bones?
Those are some big old neck bones.
Wow.
Yeah, you can use that for an end table if you ever find one out there. You know, if they find litters out there on the safari.
An end table.
Man, that's an unusual end table. Well, let me tell you about that.
When you first got married, I don't know if people do that
I know where you're
anymore.
going.
When people first got married, when I got married, we our stand for our television were cinder blocks. Cinder blocks with just pine board.
But your end table spools. They take the wire spools and put those.
So a giraffe.
Yeah,
neck bone, that'd be pretty cool.
Yes, it would. Thanks, Tim. Have a great weekend.
They got so giraffes and
humans have the
same number of neck bones.
Yeah.
But the chiropractor is different. They have to get one of Goliath's brothers to come down there and to give them an adjustment if they're having a crick in their neck.
All right, you're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Tim, Ed, and JJ on American Family Radio. Thanks for listening to AFR. If you want to send us an email, the address is comments@afr.net, comments@afr.net. It's Trivia Friday. We got an hour and 5 more minutes here, hour and 4 more minutes of education.
Oh, yeah.
Education. All right, coming your way. Who's next?
ジョーダン、今日はチケット受け付けてもらってね。今日の日は。このコーチの娘が向こうでやってんの？
やってないよ。
このコーチの娘がどうのこうの言って向こうで娘が教えてるっていう。よく会うんでしょ、この人と。いろんなとこ行ってんでしょ、このコーチ。
Right because of cancer.
Oh. We sure will ask our listeners to pray, and you're going to be in good hands with the great physician and other skilled doctors there, but we sure will, Kurt. Sorry you're going through that.
So, folks, be praying for Kurt from Kansas. Next week, he'll be having part of his kidney removed because of cancer, so please be praying. All right, Kurt, you said you wanted to answer a question?
Yeah, I want to answer a question, yes.
All right, which one?
The one about the seconds in a day.
Tim?
Yeah, the question that Kurt is going to answer is, and I said if you can figure this up without a calculator, then we'll send you an AFR stainless steel travel mug. So you can use a calculator if you want to, but you ain't getting no mug. So I'm just.
I didn't know. I don't have a calculator.
Okay, you know what? All right, you have a calculator. Here's the question. Most people have them on their phones, but anyway, there are how many seconds in a day?
86,400.
Nicely done.
Way to go, Kurt.
So you didn't have to look that up. You just knew that.
You probably figured
No,
it out.
I looked it up, you know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you looked it up.
You looked it up.
Well, that's the same using a calculator. Oh yeah, it is.
You just meant if somebody could do it off the top of their head, they won the calculator. I mean, won the top.
Well, but Tim was not specific.
I was specific, so since we're doing it in lawyerese, everything's technical here. Kurt, I'm kidding with you. We're going to send you the
Tumblr. Stay on the
Tumblr,
line so we can get your address.
Okay.
All right.
ジョーさん、この辺で車磨いてるから、この辺で。だから来てくれたらいいから見て。でチケット忘れないでね、もらって忘れ物ないように。みんな来てるから。忘れ物ないように。
What does the American Family Association stand for? AFA believes that all men and women, whether in private or public, should be free to exercise their faith without hindrance from the government. These values and more are part of our mission to inform, equip, and activate individuals to strengthen the moral foundations of our culture. We also support the church. We want to be a leading organization in biblical worldview training for cultural transformation. Thank you for standing with us.
Hello everyone, I'm Tim Wildman, President of American Family Association and American Family Radio. You know, about a month ago we announced our Holy Land trip for March of 2024. Already a third of the way full. There is a great pent-up demand for folks to go to the land of the Bible. I guess it was because Israel was closed for 2 years because of the pandemic. They're reopened. There's no COVID shots required, no shots of any kind required to visit Israel. So we're going in March of 2024. And I'm just telling you, we're going to be full by the middle of the summer, probably August, September at the latest. So, if you want to go with us to see Israel in March of 2024, then go to this website, twholyland.com. twholyland.com is a website. All the information is there, the price, the itinerary, everything you need to know is at twholyland.com. And we hope to see you on our March 2024 trip.
Hello, Americans. I'm Todd Starr, and stand by for news and commentary.